In the early hours of a cold winter morning, Ukrainian forces lay silent in the shadows. Below them, a narrow valley stretched for miles, the only passable route for heavy armor. Hundreds of tons of North Korean steel were rumbling toward their position. What happened next would turn that valley into a graveyard of tanks. In late 2024, desperate for fresh equipment, Russian commanders struck a deal with North Korea. The arrangement, dozens of refurbished Chonmaho main battle tanks and a handful of newer Songun 915s, shipped secretly through rail lines and smuggled across the border. The plan was simple: push these reinforcements into eastern Ukraine to break through fortified defensive lines. But Ukraine's intelligence network was listening. Signals intercepted, satellite images analyzed, local informants confirming convoy movement. By the time the first tank crossed into contested territory, Ukrainian commanders knew exactly where they were heading. The North Korean tanks, painted in dark green camouflage, were old designs, inspired by the Soviet T-62, but still deadly if used correctly. They moved in a tight formation, lead scout vehicles in front, followed by heavy armor, supply trucks, and rear guard anti-air units. The column stretched nearly 3 kilometers long. To reach the front, they needed to pass through the Dnipro Valley, a narrow strip flanked by steep hills, frozen rivers, and thick winter fog. To the untrained eye, it was just another rural road. To experienced Ukrainian soldiers, it was the perfect kill zone. For days, special reconnaissance teams had moved silently into position. Small squads dug shallow trenches into the snowy hillsides. Camouflage netting hid Javelin and NLAW anti-tank teams from above. Artillery batteries were dialed in on pre-measured coordinates, their barrels hidden under thermal blankets to avoid drone detection. High above, a Bayraktar TB2 drone hovered beyond visual range, streaming live video to the command post. Every soldier had one order: do not fire until the convoy's lead elements are fully inside the valley. The Ukrainian commander knew the principle: strike too early and the rest scatter. Wait too long and you risk being overrun. Timing was everything. At 09:14 hours, the first tank rolled into the valley. At 09:16, the last vehicle cleared the western ridge. Now they were trapped, a steel snake coiled in a narrow canyon. The commander gave the signal. The first Javelin missile roared from its launcher, slamming into the lead Chonmaho. The explosion was deafening, sending black smoke into the frosty air. Almost instantly, the second missile destroyed the rearmost tank, sealing the convoy inside. Artillery shells began raining down, smashing supply trucks and scattering soldiers scrambling for cover. Drone-guided mortar fire picked off individual armored vehicles with deadly precision. Panic spread through the convoy. Some tanks tried to push forward, only to be met by more missiles from hidden teams. Others attempted to turn around, but the road was too narrow. They became easy targets. The Bayraktar drone swooped lower, dropping precision munitions directly onto exposed turrets. On the eastern ridge, a squad of Ukrainian anti-tank gunners used Carl Gustaf launchers to pick off vehicles still moving. Within minutes, the formation dissolved into chaos. Engines roaring, metal screeching, and the constant thunder of explosions. Through the smoke and snow, Ukrainian infantry advanced cautiously, clearing survivors and securing weapons. When the firing finally stopped, the valley was littered with burning wrecks. Of the estimated 30 tanks in the convoy, 25 were confirmed destroyed. The remainder were abandoned, crews fleeing into the forest, leaving behind ammunition and intact vehicles. Ukrainian forces captured several North Korean-made machine guns, stacks of artillery shells, and encrypted communication devices. Intelligence officers quickly began analyzing the equipment, searching for clues about North Korea's arms pipeline. The victory was more than just a tactical success. It was a blow to Russian morale and a message to Pyongyang. Their weapons would not change the war's outcome. Military analysts later called it a textbook ambush, using terrain, patience, and overwhelming firepower at the perfect moment. The destruction of the convoy delayed Russian offensives in the east by several weeks, buying Ukraine time to reinforce positions. It also showcased the effectiveness of combined arms warfare: drones, artillery, and infantry working as one. For the soldiers who fought that day, it was proof that even against heavier armor, strategy could level the playing field. The Dnipro Valley ambush will be remembered as one of Ukraine's most decisive moments of the winter campaign. A reminder that in modern warfare, patience and precision can destroy even the most powerful machines. And for those North Korean tanks, their first day in battle was also their last.